I'm going to go ahead and call the meeting to order. So I officially call this meeting to order. Thank you all for being here. And a special welcome to your first official. Yeah, I know. I think we all, or most of us, hung out at the Social Cantina, but yeah, first official meeting and first official meeting with Betsy as here.
Hope I'm up to it.
Try. All right, moving right along to the approval of the minutes and a review of the financials. The minutes for the January meeting have been distributed and read. Are there any noted corrections to the minutes? All right, cool. Karen, batting 1,000. So I'm going to go ahead and motion to approve the minutes. Can I please get a second?
Second.
All right, all in favor of approving the minutes, say aye.
Aye.
Any approved, say nay, or any opposed, say nay. It's confusing. All right, the minutes are approved. Holly, would you please take us on a tour of the financials?
Money, we've got it. So we have just under $170,000 to spend on our 3 grant cycles this year. Yay. And then we have $5,000 to spend on professional development workshops. Chaz is going to talk a little bit about that later. And we have $16,500 to spend on public art and grants. We're having ongoing conversations in the public art subcommittee meetings to decide how we're going to spend that money. But no money has been spent yet. Happy to answer any questions.
I've been sending out the links, trying to get people to apply.
Thank you.
You mentioned we have 3 cycles.
Mm-hmm.
Can you remind me what those are?
Yeah, so we have the Arts Project grant cycle. You can't really see that, sorry, which is the cycle that's open now. And so this is for artists and arts groups to do public-facing activities. So the idea is do something cool and artistic and get as many people seeing it as possible. We have the operations grant. This is specifically for 501c3s, just to be able to keep the lights on. They can spend it however they want, as long as it's an arts 501c3. And then we have, I need to change this. So we have what used to be called the Emerging Artists Grant Cycle. Now it's called the Artistic Advancement Grant Cycle. And this is for artists who have demonstrated commitment to an artistic practice and developing professionally and just need money to allow them to grow as artists. So they can use this money to pay for studio costs, for supplies, to go to a professional development workshop or conference. So those are the 3 cycles. Arts project grants are open now, and they will close on March 28th, and I'll let Layla speak to that a little more when we talk about that. So, yeah.
Great. Any questions? Any other questions on the monies? All right, fantastic. Thank you, Holly. I'm throwing it back to you and Chaz for any city updates.
Okay.
How are things at the city?
Oh, there's a lot. There's swimming. So I'm just going to give a brief update on our public art database and map. So we've been working with an amazing intern from the O'Neill School, and she is currently populating a public art database to give updated information about public art and working with our GIS department to turn that into a map that will be publicly accessible, probably starting at the beginning of April. We're really excited about this. This is a long time coming, and we're actually going to invite Elena, our intern, who has been doing the project, to come present to the full commission in April, so you can learn about it, and then there will be an invitation to you all to help us continue to populate it, because there is a lot of public art in Bloomington. Yeah. And I'm going to let Chaz say a few words about the workshops that she and Christina have been developing.
Yes. So great news, we have 2 workshops this month. One is it's called Community Care, and it's basically a DEI workshop, and that is completely full, and that is very exciting. And then we have another one about how to paint murals or how to paint in larger scale, and that just has 5 more openings until it's full, so that's very exciting to see that there's community support for these workshops. And finally, Christine and I are working on the rest of the programming for the rest of the year. Starting in May or April, we'll have more. So those will be announced. So yeah, just I will send it in an email to you all the specific info, especially for the one that still needs 5 people.
Who's teaching that one?
Erin Toby,
Okay.
local artist, she has a lot of experience with murals.
That's all the city has.
Yeah.
Great. Cool. Okay, agenda item number 4. So as a matter of procedure, we are going to vote to approve Betsy as the secretary. Before we move forward with the vote, do we have any comments, questions?
Any concerns?
Yeah, right, yeah.
I think you'll do a great job.
All the
Clearly.
Yeah, any words of affirmation?
It'll be a good-
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, great. I'm going to go ahead and motion to approve Betsy Steeret as the next secretary. Can I get a second on that? A verbal second, sorry. Yeah. Okay.
Second.
Oh,
Second.
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Can I just say something?
Yeah. Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. All right, fantastic. Thank you so much,
Thank
Betsy.
you.
Woohoo, thank you.
All right, moving on. We are going to circle back to the public art update. Nad just got in from DC today, and I think will be joining us here shortly. So I'm going to turn it over to Layla for the grants.
Yeah, cool. So we had a pretty productive meeting in February discussing this year's grant cycles and just sort of general feedback. So just a reminder, I will be carrying on an interim capacity this year as the 4th year Franklin Delano Roosevelt of grant chairs. Gonna cling on to your life. Be in a wheelchair by the end of it too, I'm sure. Oh, that was tasteless. Okay. Oh God, sorry. I've been in the garden half the day, so I'm kind of like. We are in the Arts Projects grant cycle now. Those grant applications close in at the end of the month. March 28th is the close date. And for the life of me, I cannot figure out what weekend we decided to evaluate the grants.
It's the 25th and 26th
Of April.
I believe.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that's due to I'm traveling a little bit in this first half of April, and obviously need to be here to do the grant evaluation. So we're going to put a doodle out to figure out the hours over the course of that weekend of the 25th, 26th, 27th, to get together in person and review the applications. We will get you your assignments earlier in the beginning of April for those of you who are on the committee or reading. I think that's generally it. I don't have portal access since the new portal isn't open, so I have no idea how many people have applied yet. Any idea? No? Okay. I was thinking, Chaz, we should do some kind of tutorial demo since we're switching platforms.
Yeah.
So I don't know how you want to handle that. So there's a grant portal. We had an old portal, and now we have a new portal. So I have not used the new portal. I've heard it's.
I tried it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
For secretly.
Oh, cool.
I got almost all the way through, and then at the end I couldn't do something,
Oh no.
and then I don't think it saved anything, and I had to go.
Oh,
No.
that's-
So.
Okay.
That was my experience.
That's alarming.
With Civiform?
What's that?
Civiform?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
it is, yeah.
But it wasn't bad.
Okay.
I just couldn't do the
Except
last
that it
step.
didn't work.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll look into that.
Did you get support? Did we talk about this? Did you connect with Chaz on that?
No,
Okay.
I will though.
Okay. All right. Just let us know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Okay.
we can talk
pretty
about.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah, because we'll need to figure out just how the back end works so that we
Yeah.
know how to introduce everyone to that.
Yeah. And one thing we've really emphasized as we've developed this software, because it's city-based software, is it needs to be user-friendly to the grant readers as much as it is user-friendly to the applicants.
Mhm.
So,
It honestly wasn't bad.
Yeah, okay. Cool. Yeah, I've been in it for a solar panel grant, so, or not solar panel, some other thing. All right, and yeah, so that is that. Just a reminder then, our artistic advancement is our second cycle. That's going to open to the public on the 19th of May. It's quite a while out now, it seems, and it'll close in late June on the 28th. And then we'll do that review process. Operations opens up August 11th and closes September 19th with announcements in November.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, just a review there.
We don't have that many who've applied, by the way.
Okay,
So get out the word.
get the word out. Huh.
Yeah, it's open
We'll
through.
put it in
just-
our newsletter tomorrow.
Okay.
Or-
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna be out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Have we nudged the people who were in the artistic advancement grant who we said should shift over to project? I'm thinking about Jenna Sears.
I definitely
There might be
did
other
that,
ones.
So I don't know if anyone else did.
I will make a note to do that because I haven't, but thank
Okay.
you for
I
that
don't know if there
reminder.
were others other than her.
I can help with that if
Okay.
needed.
That would be great.
So to be clear, there are some people who sometimes we find that their project isn't a good fit for a certain grant cycle, and so we recommend unofficially that they apply for like a different cycle. So that's what Suzanne's referring to. Yeah. So maybe they did something that was public facing or want to do something that's public facing, so we want to push them into this cycle.
Cool. On a promising note, like I've met with some, I think, new folks who haven't applied yet, who like Timothy and folks like that.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then I think I have some meetings on the books too. So I think we're gonna get some new faces in there, which is exciting.
Cool.
Great. I was gonna say something. I forgot.
Did people apply, I'm sorry, did people apply for the one grant to go on the side of the city bus?
That's still active.
That's active.
But can we tell if people are applying for that
I
or
don't
not?
think
No
anyone's
one-
applied
no one
for that
has.
yet.
So I sent that to, so there were some questions about that.
Yeah.
Like, well, what's the bus gonna be used for? Or, it's like,
Carrying people around.
If they have questions, just send them to me.
what is it?
So it's a
it a
party
bus
bus.
and a
So no.
Oh.
Okay. So I'm gonna before we get too deep into this, like this is a non-BAC
These are
thing.
not
This is
Oh,
like
it
a
is. Okay, we
yeah.
don't even
But
know.
but
No, it's okay.
I would love for everyone to
Yeah, this is
promote these, and we put them out
Yeah.
on the Bloomington Arts Commission.
Seems like an easy.
Social media, yeah. And so basically, the Housing and Neighborhood Development Department bought basically a party trailer. And the idea is you can hitch it, oh, no, it is a trailer, you drive it, but they're gonna load it with a bunch of big old games and like outdoor seating,
Okay.
and then neighborhood associations and other groups
Okay.
around town can rent it for free if they wanna have a block party or if there's some
Okay.
event where they
And
need
they'll
that
drive it
stuff.
and like drop it off. and
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, and
Okay.
it's free, but again, it's a big trailer.
Mhm.
So they were like, "Hey, we'd love for a local artist to design like basically a thing that we can wrap."
Yeah.
Did they
the
have
trailer
that
with.
janky Jeannie Walters trailer?
I have no idea.
Is it new or is it old?
Wait, what?
I
know the one you're talking
Wait,
about.
what is
Right,
this?
you know what I'm
Is it a-
talking about.
Is it
She had a trailer. She had a trailer.
She had wait. She was like a city person with a trailer. Who
No.
was just
A real estate.
oh.
But it wasn't, someone, it was not used for that. It was just like an old,
Like
sign
party
on
bus?
it.
Oh,
But,
okay.
okay, so we don't know if it's new or old
Oh,
or what the
this is
deal
new.
is.
This is a new trailer that
It's
hand bought.
new.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. This is something they've been wanting to do for
So they'll
years.
paint on it with like auto body paint then.
No, so it's going to be a wrap. So
A wrap,
we will
okay.
send the winning design to a fabricating company who will print it
Okay.
and adhere it
So
to
this
the
can be
trailer.
designed on a computer.
Correct.
Okay,
Yes.
all right.
Yeah.
Now I can, when I was
Yeah,
sending that
and
link
there's-
out,
yeah,
now I have
um,
some background on that.
On
Okay.
our website, there's a link to the actual call that describes all of that. But you're
Okay.
welcome. Just send them to me, and I'll
Okay.
talk to them about it. But yeah.
Yeah, I've got one
Yeah.
for, okay, now that I know that, okay.
We can mention it at the workshop.
June. June is the official party month. Yeah,
Good to know.
yeah. Hey, welcome back.
Just in time.
Sorry, friends. Also, forgot my real glasses in my backpack.
You're just gonna have to look cool for the whole
I'm just gonna be
meeting.
wearing prescription sunglasses.
I have
Can we
to
turn off the lights?
I like it. I love them.
No, these are like, they're very, like, they're not super tinted, so I guess.
It's very solemn.
Hello.
Hello. Just you could collect your stuff. I can filibuster for another minute or so.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, those grants have nothing to do with our grants. Any other questions on grants
I
or
have,
notes?
I have a calendar invite for a meeting. I think it's this week or next week, but I'm assuming that's not a meeting that we're gonna need because we're meeting
Yeah.
in April, right?
Yeah, we're doing our reviews in April. If there's an April meeting, like a regular meeting, we could use that to review the portal,
Yeah,
but
we should do some kind of convening for a tutorial, but that's,
that's about it.
I think,
Yeah,
yeah.
that can be at our discretion, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like not a meeting, it's more like a
Yeah.
webinar.
Oh wait, I have one more filibuster thing I can say. Sometimes the city now pays for food so they can pay for our Cheez-Its again.
Oh, thank God.
We always have Cheez-Its at reviews. It's the real way we keep Elliot on.
They didn't cut you down to $1.
Yeah, they were like, hey, sorry, this is messed up. Here's a form you can fill out,
Oh,
basically.
good.
Yeah.
All right, well, maybe we'll get lunch again or something.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, that's all I've got then.
Cool. Great. Nat, are you good to give a public art report?
Yeah, I can totally do that. So we are meeting on Friday at here at 12:15. It's our next public art meeting. At our last one, we kind of went over and talked about the upcoming plans for the year. So we've got our Hopewell, or not Hopewell, well, Hopewell is in motion. That's happening at the end of this month / moving into very early April. We've got Stefan coming in flying in from Germany, right? Is that where he's coming in from? To get to the Trades District piece OT 987. Is that I got it? I got it. Yeah. All installed, and Karsten is coming too. Karsten is the part of the fabricating team, right,
Yeah,
Holly?
he's like the light designer.
Cool.
Yeah.
Light designer
Yeah.
coming in.
The person who understands physics.
Oh, love a person that understands physics. So they'll both be here. I think they've got some plans to do some public engagement opportunities around town, so we'll make sure everybody here knows about that, and we'll make sure that they get acquainted with everybody here. But once we do that, if you feel free to just say hello and welcome them to town. They're here for quite a little bit of time, 2.5,
they're here
3
for
weeks.
3 weeks. So they'll be on the ground from March 31st through April 7th, installing it. I will not sleep. And then once everything is working, we'll take them around. Like I might actually just have them come to our April BAC meeting, and then maybe we can do like a social gathering with them. And then they're gonna meet with some IU classes, do some studio visits. I'm gonna try to see if I can get them meeting with some community artists as well to do studio visits. So it should be a really fun time. We're aiming to do an opening celebration on Thursday, April 10th. We'll start promoting that next week.
Yay. Perfect. Yeah, and then I think the only other thing that we're making progress on is the Hopewell. No, not Hopewell. Oh, the Gateway piece. At our last meeting, we talked about placement of it, and I think we're moving towards a spot where we're either going to let the artist kind of decide whether it should go in front of the piece or in back of the piece, but that is nitty-gritty info that we can keep to the subcommittee meeting. But we're moving forward with that and feeling good about getting that out the door. I don't have the exact timeline in my brain, but I think we're gonna get through Stefan being here, and then aim for that, since we've got a lot of stuff coming down the pipeline. Mm-hmm.
I have a question about the Gateway siting. And I think it's great to have the artist participate in that, but I would feel myself more comfortable if the artist didn't have the final say, if they were kind of the people on the committee here who know the community and so on could. That's it.
Yeah, no,
Makes
that's
sense.
fair.
I like that, yeah, just a collaborative decision.
Yeah,
Between
totally.
us and them.
Mhm. And I think I should have framed that a little differently. I think, yes, that feels like what we kind of settled on or talked about doing. I think just because we were saying that whatever someone proposes might feel like it has a natural draw to a certain spot, and I'm assuming that if the artist is intentional and methodical in that, hopefully we align in a similar way. So I think, yes, for sure, we will have the final say. And we also still have to do quite a bit of, I think, making sure that it could either be in that other proposed space, right, Holly? I don't know if we've gotten full clearance to.
Parks is down.
Oh, they're down?
Parks is open for
Cool.
either location, yes.
Okay, cool. So yes, but
Yeah.
we will factor that in.
Yeah, and we will, there was a question about like lighting, so there's like a electric box on the site. That it would be, it's definitely closer to one side of this sign where this piece is gonna go, but Parks has guaranteed me that we can pull electric to the installation regardless of where it goes on that plot.
Perfect. Yeah, and I think the only other things to touch on very briefly are, I'm sure you all saw in the newsletter that Chaz sends out, there's a few other like public art opportunities coming up that we're not necessarily like voting on as a public art subcommittee group, but there's some things going on. There's a call for designs to go around 6 new Bloomington bus shelters. There's also currently open some submissions for for different electrical boxes, designs for those. Yeah, that's exciting.
So bad.
Yeah, and there's one more that it's escaping me.
That's
Is it
the party bus.
the party
That's
bus?
the- yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yes, the part. How can I forget the party bus?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Party Bus is also some exciting public art stuff that we don't necessarily have full jurisdiction over, but something that we should all keep in mind and share with people that we think might be good candidates for that.
Yeah, and I want to talk a little bit more about that at the Public Art Subcommittee meeting this Friday, just about like how we come to those decisions of like what is a BAC-led like public art like commission, and what is one that the city will take the lead on but might pull a couple members of the Public Art Subcommittee in on helping us decide like what piece of art we ultimately choose for some of these smaller calls. Cool. Yeah, they're really fun. Looking at submissions to projects like this it's just a completely different game than what we get for the 1%. It's fun, and you learn about a lot of really cool local artists through this process. So.
Any other questions? Otherwise, I think that's my full report. Cool. Sweet.
Great, thanks, Nat. Thanks, Layla. Okay, yeah, those are the subcommittee reports. Next, information from your chair. I've got a couple quick things here. So first, I want to say thanks to Paul, to Gretchen, and Christina. They're going to be joining I haven't given us an official title yet, but the sort of the upcoming Strategic Goals Task Force. So kind of similar to what we did with the bylaws, where we didn't create like a new committee. We just sort of like created a task force to sort of like talk about some strategic goals that will start next year and kind of like see us out for the next 2 or 3 years. If you could stick around for a little bit after this meeting, so we can maybe schedule our first check-in and go from there. But our plan is to present a draft of these sort of in the fall. We'll take some feedback, come back with a formal doc that then we'll then approve, and and then off to see it through in 2026 and beyond. So, all right, similarly to looking ahead, as Holly noted, in April, we're going to have a guest speaker. She's not a Cox Scholar.
No, she's an O'Neill. This is like an O'Neill practicum student.
Yeah.
So the students who go through arts administration have to do like a practicum as part of their degree. So I think she has to do 50 hours for us.
That's
so,
right.
Yeah.
The practicum student is going to come in and give a presentation on the arts database the public art database that's being put together. But looking ahead to future meetings, if there are, we've had some really great presenters from different organizations around town. If folks have suggestions for people that you think should, that you either know and want to bring in, or that Holly or I should reach out to, or even if it's not a specific person, like a specific kind of person or group that you want to hear from, please let us know, because those have been really great in sort of rounding out our perspective, and also just giving someone 5-10 minutes to kind of share about the work they do. So yeah, send those to me. Just send them to me in person, text them to me, email them to me. And then looking way ahead down the road, I just want to say a couple quick things, but I want to plant these seeds early. Is that for next year we are definitively going to need a new grants chair.
I'm done, people.
Yeah.
I'm cycling off with Rich.
Yeah.
I'm actually done.
Yeah, Layla will be off
We'll
of
see.
off of.
We're gonna create.
Off of the BAC, and then I don't plan to cycle off the BAC, but this right now is my 3rd year as chair, which is sort of like in the bylaws that we created. Is sort of the max. I know, right? The maximum amount of time that we had set for someone in that position. So if you're interested in stepping into the position of chair for 2026 and beyond, I'm happy to start those conversations, answer questions. Now, and I will say that there is no such thing as like starting that too early. I took on the role of chair, I think, only after my 2nd year into the position. I think Bryony before me, I think, started at 3 months into her tenure.
Yeah.
So there is precedent for kind of like hopping into it and figuring it out, and that is okay. 3 years in, I'm still kind of figuring it out. So cool. Well, those are my official chair notes.
Can I add to that I also am going into, I think, year 3 or somewhere around there, and if someone is interested in that too, I'm also happy to give somebody else a shot at this. I mean, I love public art, and I'm not in a rush to cycle up, but like Gerard said, if anybody is feeling inclined to want to step into that, we can start talking about that too.
It's gonna be a whole new administration.
Whole new administration. Crazy. Yeah.
So exciting times ahead. All right, fantastic. Yeah, thank you, Matt. It's 3 years has really flown by. Okay, moving on to agenda item number 8, upcoming events and important dates. We've listed a couple things here coming up. As I like to say, art doesn't sleep. Lots of amazing events coming up here soon, and I'll continue to update some Grand Falloon events on here as well. But yeah, are there any that anyone wants to highlight here, or any suggestions for things that we should add to this list currently?
Our soiree is going to be amazing. Yay. And we really need to fundraise because cuts. Yeah. Our theme is African diaspora, and it's the first, to our knowledge, the first ever early music festival dedicated to African diaspora.
Fantastic.
Which is
so great.
Yeah, which is exciting. And there's, like, we didn't do it for a couple of years. We said, there's not enough. There is so much.
Yeah.
When we finally sat down and wrote it down, there's plenty.
I just want to highlight a couple of things. First of all, so April 10th, the artist party will be part of the Stefan Ries OT 987 opening, and then the 2 at the bottom, the alternate dimension Mill of Futurist Salon. This is actually going to be really cool. This is one of our few community art grants that we gave out last year, and it's just a group of like thinkers in the community, including people like Steve Volin, And then Peyton Manning. Peyton Womack is performing. So it's just, but they're just all convening just to talk about like what what the future of football is in Bloomington after such a banner year. But they're getting together just to like have a thoughtful conversation about what the future could look like in Bloomington, and it seems really cool. And then the steamroller printing thing happening on May 17th. So this is Hideout Press. They got an arts project grant to do a large-scale printmaking activity in the Bad Knees parking lot where they are renting a steamroller.
That sounds so
and they're
fun.
gonna make really, really big prints, and there are gonna be a lot of like other like smaller printmaking activities for all ages. It should be super duper cool. So I just wanted to highlight those two as grant recipients for us, and also Cicada Cinema. Are they on there?
For
Yes.
Friday?
Yes.
Or, yeah.
Yes, Cicada Cinema this Friday, also a grant recipient.
Ooh, I'm gonna add to. April's gonna be really busy because also on the 19th, that's also the Burning Couch Festival that
Thank you.
the students put on, but they're really about like breaking down the town in gown, and we've given them some grants in there. Good to support. It's at Upland this year, and I just saw Ivanson, the head of the music industry creatives at IU, and he's great. And anyway, that would be another event to go to on the 19th of April. I'm gonna put on here.
There's something I just heard. I'm not involved in it, but I just heard about it. There's at Lilly on the 28th. There's a medieval tapestry workshop and lecture. The bio tapestry.
Bio, yeah.
On March 28th?
Yeah, March 28th. There's a 9:30 a.m. I'm looking at the email. I got the 9:30 a.m. roundtable, and then 4 p.m. Hands-on workshop.
Ooh.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool.
How do you say it? You said by?
Yeah, BAYEUX.
All right, any other events of note?
Did you, Burning Couch is gonna be at Upland this
Yeah,
year?
in the back
Okay,
parking
that's a
lot.
better
Oh,
space
cool.
than, Switchyard Park was too big.
It's too big.
Too big in
This
there.
is, it's
Too
perfect
lanes.
size.
And too restrictive for what they're trying to do.
But there
Are
were
they
so
using
many
that
great bands
sidewalk?
last year.
Yes.
That
Yeah,
Ooh,
they're
and Nia's
the
running
back.
sound for it. Yay.
They
Yeah.
brought it with the music last year, though.
Oh, they
It was
did.
so good.
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
know there were that many.
Yeah, they're gonna. I'm gonna put this in my newsletter, but they're gonna have a little they're calling it tiny couch where they're gonna. I thought of you, Natalie. They're going to unveil their lineup later this month or early.
Great.
Yeah, I
Awesome.
forget, but anyway.
Yeah, they always have fun parties.
Yeah.
All right, excellent. Moving on to commissioner announcements. I'll go ahead and kick things off here, sort of related to upcoming events. But this week we sort of announced what we know of the upcoming Grand Flute 2025 lineup. It consists of over 30 different kinds of events, exhibitions, things like that. We are going to be doing our usual sort of big main stage concert in partnership with the Handmade Market in downtown Bloomington on June 7th, and that will feature Mavis Staples, The Sacred Souls, and the indie group Murder by Death, which started here in Bloomington in 2000 and are sort of on their farewell tour. They're going to kick off their farewell tour here. And then, man, we're doing a couple other cool, unique things here, specifically related to art this year. We are doing our first sort of open call exhibition at the Cook Center. Sort of Bethany and Natalie and Layla have sort of like put that together and are going to be accepting submissions and then sort of curating it, and then that show will go up in after Memorial Day in late May and run through June. We're going to be doing some what we're calling community collaborative art project events. We're basically at First Thursdays at the Bloomington Parks and Rec, sort of like summer kickoff, and then at the sort of like downtown Main Stage Fest, we're going to have some artists that are going to be doing some like hands-on kind of like a mix of kind of like demonstrating the work they do, but also getting attendees to sort of like, you know, get their hands dirty and actually like participate in the work that they're doing as well. So that's kind of an evolution of what was last year, the project grant. This year we're focusing a little less on the sort of like grant projects and more on the kind of like community engagement aspect of that. We have a film series with that, you know, will feature films in partnership with Cicada Cinema, IU Cinema, Parks and Rec, and Linda Berry is also our keynote speaker. She's a cartoonist, author, artist, MacArthur Genius Grant winner. And I think one of the more exciting things too this year is, I mean, most of these events have been free and open to the public, but this year it's even more free. The keynote speaker event at the BCT is going to be free and open to the
It'll be free.
Linda Berry's talk is going to be free and unticketed, and then the main stage concert will be also entirely free. Like, so we won't be doing any ticketing for that, which is like great and also a lot easier for the people running the event. So yeah, I'm very, very excited about those things, and the events are going to start happening soon. We've like stretched the schedule to sort of like our first events are going to start taking place in early April. We got some stuff at First Thursdays, then film screenings, and then we're kind of off from there, building up to that main festival week. Cool. So.
Fantastic.
No sleep.
I'm so glad it's going to be free this year.
Me too.
The separation was always,
It's weird.
like, it's just weird. Yeah. Like, breaks up the vibe of the show. Yeah.
Be good vibes this year.
Yeah.
Amazing. Mavis Staples.
Yeah. A lot of people are losing their mind over Mavis Staples, I feel. I don't know if like Bethany told you.
But
yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. I'm excited. Rev Matt was very excited.
Okay.
Also tried to get me to tell him to line up in a confessional booth. He's like, I promise not to tell. We could like. Yeah.
Okay, great. Yeah. Any other announcements? Things people are excited about? Commissioner questions? I don't know. All right. I don't believe we have any public, do we?
Nope.
Okay. Well, I will go ahead and motion to adjourn this meeting. Can I get a second to adjourn it?
Yes.
Yeah. An emphatic second from Paul. This meeting is adjourned. Thanks all.
Thank you.